We know that the Zionists just can't get out of their own way. But this truly is a marvel. Like, this is a real marvel.
One and here we are, people.
I am personally impressed with this one, because it really goes to show you, as we have said time and again, you do not understand how disconnected and privileged these people truly are. Now, this should not come as any surprise, because this took place in Miami, Israel West, or whatever you want.
Thank God I'm free. Thank God. Actually, as an atheist, it's funny to think of it that way, but I thank the universe that I'm free.
Well, listen closely, because the cat's out of the bag, right out of the chute.
Israel. So if you don't let me go right now, I'm going to bring it down.
Watch this entitled woman get owned for driving on the wrong side of the road and ignoring the officer's orders.
Ma'am, you're going the wrong way. You cannot go this way.
Ma'am, you can't go this way.
No, you're not. You're going to make... No, you're not.
You have to back up.
I'm telling you, you're not. You're nose on with somebody right now. Please turn around and go this way. Ma'am, there are children on the roadway. Please make...
Just the fact that they're telling her, ma'am, you're with this person. So what she wants them to do is go over to the other car to tell them to get out of her way. I
cannot express to people enough how stereotypically common, and when I say stereotypical, I don't mean like being used inappropriately. This is so indicative, this woman, of where I grew up, of South Florida. This is so indicative of that. This is not a one-off. This is not an anomaly. This 1,000% is the norm. So just
go this way, please. Reverse and go this way, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please.
Step out of the car, please. Step out of the car, please.
Get out of the car.
You're arresting me for...
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Did you grow up down on the beach? I don't think you did. Not my generation.
She's genuinely in shock.
Jesus.
She's in shock. Like, she cannot believe that they put her in cuffs. It gets better.
What? What? You just told him. Oh my Jesus. He pulled my arms back here.
He told me to rip my arm off. They murdered me.
Oh my God, the bird. She's giving him the bird. I'm waiting for her to tell us that her husband's an attorney. Let it go.
You, by the way, I'm sorry, but you need to lose your license.
Oh, for what? What did he do?
What kind of license does he have? See, now that's what's so funny. Do you think he needs a special license to be filming you? You're in custody, lady. You're in custody. But what license does she think he has? Like a special police officer license? And I promise you that this woman, that the cops are probably the first people she calls for every little fucking thing in her little life.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what the irony is.
It's like, you're supposed to be on my side.
Exactly.
That's what
she can't fathom
for.
Okay, so note to people, okay, when somebody in law enforcement, and again, I'm an abolitionist, you guys know that. I am not a supporter, okay? But when you're driving like that and they tell you to turn around, turn the fuck around. Just turn the fuck around. Seriously, that's not a hill to get caught up in the legal system on. It just isn't. Just turn the fuck around and figure it out. That's my legal advice. And I'm pretty standing up to Popo, but that is not the situation to take a stand when you're driving the wrong direction. What a stupid moron.
She's being interrogated by, whether it's the police captain or whoever she's facing in that situation. Oh. She's being recorded, and she goes off and says, F you, I'm sorry, but they're not allowed. I am going to make sure that you, in front of a superior, says, I am going to have your job.
No, she's like, you're going to lose your license. What license, Zarin?
Yeah, what license? What are you talking about? That
Oh,
level of
God.
entitlement
Well, her
is,
charge will stick, but it's small and it'll be a fine, and it should be. She didn't do, I mean, she didn't hurt anybody. Okay. She's just a menace of entitlement to society. But I mean, what her punishment is, she's already had the punishment she needs, people. This level of humiliation is that this was all the best punishment that that woman could use, really, for the level of what she did. We're good. She doesn't, there's no reason. She didn't hurt anybody.
no.
She was just a
However,
cunt.
however, what I will say is they've been able to get away with what they've been able to get away with as long as they have.
Yes.
But eventually, when that privilege goes away, they're not going to know what the hell to do. They can't be around the common folk. They're chosen. When you're chosen, you're above reproach. At least that's what they're taught.
You're right, Mehdi. It isn't that she feels shame. You're right. It isn't the shame. It's the aggravation and the stress and dealing with it. And she is embarrassed right now.
Oh.
She's definitely embarrassed that she didn't get away with it. Right. And so, yeah, no, there's definitely that element involved. And
But
then
this
it's
is
all
also-
over social media.
Yeah, but this is also what you've said time and again, being around these people. She is not an anomaly.
Oh, no.
This is how they are.
Oh, that is, I promise you, if you were in the proper locations in different, you would see that behavior all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You would see entitled, not necessarily with law enforcement and not necessarily in that same case, but you would see exhibits of disgusting entitlement daily. I did. One of the reasons I had to move.
And I also want to point out one other thing that happened earlier, because I decided to make one, I never comment on threads, but I saw the commentary on a friend's thread regarding, and again, everything, the conversation comes full circle, commenting on a thread regarding Plattner earlier. And all I said was, and I referred to the woman as counselor because she is an attorney. It's actually a term of endearment. It's respect for, that's what they do. And I said,
that's what they do.
yeah, that is why we have what is known as due process counselor. And her response to me, because she's a shit lib, is to say that's only for the victim realtor. First to me is realtor. And of course she does that to try to be insulting. I don't give a fuck. But that is how those privileged liberal minds work. Credentials are extremely important to them. It's a sign.
It's so funny to me. It never occurs to me to use that.
Well, no, but it's used because she's using it in the context of, I'm a lawyer, you're a realtor, even though I'm not a realtor, that somehow that makes her better than me.
Yes. But her commentary, what she said was stupid.
Yes, of course.
So, and by the way, for anybody interested, it does not take brilliance by any stretch to be an attorney or to pass a bar exam. And I can definitely think of a lot of really stupid fucking lawyers. So for people to sort of put out there that somehow they're inherently smarter because they have a JD, that's a level of insecurity that they're just sort of showing you who they are. I mean, I that's pretty fucking glaring. Personally, I generally don't ever tell people what my background is because it's pretentious and it's mostly irrelevant, and you're just using it because it makes you feel better because you're an insecure person. How big's your ego wall, whoever this is? How big's your ego wall? It's big ego wall.
Well, I mean, she's one of those. I mean, she's one of those Democrats that posts pictures of, the Obamas and Joe and Hillary and people like that. It's one of those people. So again, it fits the description. But the fact of the matter is, if this were 3 or 4 years ago, if we rewind the clocks about 3 or 4 years, especially before October 7th, do I think that Plattner would have been made quick work of, like very quickly would have been out? Yeah. You are seeing people now who a few years ago would not have been as hip to what's going on as they are now. There are people that you have probably seen where you're thinking, wow, I can't believe that they actually had that very nuanced take. They're not defending Plattner. They're defending not only the process, but the will of the people.
I have to comment on this. Doctors are much smarter for sure. Yes. No. What I would say that doctors have a very specific kind of intelligence, and that intelligence is not one type of intelligence. And I, as somebody who knows a lot about doctors, I could say that what you might think of as smart and what I might think of as smart, common sense, book smart, different thing. Doctors are smart about what they're doctors about. Let's just say that.
Engineers tend to be very smart.
About what they're smart about.
Everybody has something to offer.
Correct.
That's the problem with classism, which is actually much more common in liberal politics and in conservative politics. This idea that, well, I got this degree and you got that degree, or I went to this school and you only went to that school.
I am very happy. I'm very proud of my 4th tier law school education, and I would put it up against anybody's 1st tier law school education any day of the week. And I clerked with people that went to 1st tier law schools.
Sure.
So I know that Harvard Law and St. Mary's Law, where I went, I know like what they're, I know. I'll put us up against them any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Exactly. Exactly.